Good Monday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for June 30th, 2014, the final day of June in 2014. Of course, we're starting July tomorrow morning, and here is the last day of June here. The high pressure that was sitting over the just offshore this weekend, which gave us really nice weather for both Saturday and Sunday, is now going to move off to the southeast today, and it's going to be sitting pretty well offshore. And because of that, we have winds out of the south here, but we're going to have an increase in humidity with that high pressure kind of bringing in that more of that tropical moisture into here in the tropical field to it. So we're going to have the lower humidity was around this weekend is going to be no longer as we head into this week. We're going to have an increase in humidity, unfortunately, but also an increase in the heat. So we're going to have to deal with that too, especially as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe even in Thursday yet. Here is the chance of precipitation here, very isolated today, mainly across our northern and extreme western zones across central PA. Very isolated chance of a thunderstorm here today, but not a big deal. This is, of course, for Monday. And as we go a little bit further here, we're going to go into late Tuesday, and we're going to get into the same exact situation here. Very late isolated thunderstorm far west on your day on Tuesday. So this is actually ahead of a cold front that's moving through here. The cold front is sitting way back here, and you can clearly see where that is, and this is just storms that are out ahead of it. This cold front will come through here and affect our area here on Wednesday, and I think as it moves through here Wednesday, further areas further east are going to get into the action here, east and southeast. So more so southeast PA, Jersey, Delaware, those areas are more so than areas to the north and northwest here in our coverage area here. So we should just be, the showers and thunderstorms that we're dealing with should just be for those areas primarily, and this will be, of course, later on the day on Wednesday with this cold front. And now what's going to end up happening with this cold front is it's going to just dissipate here. It's actually going to be absorbed by the trough that's sitting over the eastern United States at this point. This is going to be absorbed by the trough, and at that point will dissipate, so we'll have a secondary front that's going to move through here. And we think that's going to come through here Thursday afternoon and evening here. And you can see some showers and thunderstorms that are firing out ahead of it. Now, as far as severe weather goes, I think Wednesday we're not dealing with anything severe weather-wise. I think you get in some heavy rain here along this secondary frontal boundary. This is a secondary cold front. Behind this cold front is going to get cooler, but you're going to have some heavy showers and thunderstorms with some heavy rain potential, I should say, with high precipitable water values in place. And I do think Thursday, as opposed to Wednesday, we'll have better shear to work with, even though both days have very good instability. So if we're talking about severe weather out of the 2 days, I would pick Thursday to be the better day for that. If you notice outside your picture here, you have a system here developing off the Carolina coast. This is starting to get some attention right here, but I really don't think it needs to. This is a system that the National Hurricane Center is saying that we need to watch for tropical development. Not all the models are really convinced that this will develop into a tropical system, and I'm not convinced either. I mean, a lot of different things we're looking at. One of these, first of all, let's start with this cold front. We're still looking here later Wednesday. This is Wednesday evening, okay? Cold front sitting like this. You have showers and thunderstorms that are sitting out ahead of it, some producing heavy rainfall, yada, yada, yada. Here's this system down here. This system is going to take off and head up the coast to come over or close to Hatteras. And I think it's just going to continue off to the northeast like this and not really affect anything. The reason being, this cold front that's coming through is going to serve to do two things. One, it's going to allow the Independence Day and beyond, at least for that Friday and Saturday at the end of the week, to be very nice with low humidity. And this is what's going to lower the temperatures. The secondary front, not the initial front coming through Wednesday, but the secondary. So that's going to serve to do two things. One, bring the colder temperatures in. It's also going to take this thing here and pick it up and take it well offshore. This thing cannot come through a cold front. It just can't happen. It's not synoptically possible. So this is not coming up the coast, and it's not going to hit New Jersey, not going to hit Maryland, not going to hit Delaware. Just not going to do it because of this cold front sitting here. If this cold front wasn't here, you might have a different situation. Okay, but this cold front is going to take this thing and pick it up and take it rapidly to the northeast and out of harm's way. So you got a couple of models doing a couple different things with it. It looks pretty ominous here as it's coming up the Carolina coast here. It looks pretty nasty at this point. And this is a strong tropical storm here on this particular model. This is the European model, and it does take it offshore, but it brings it close enough where you could have some pretty high rip current problems around here right along the shoreline here, especially as you get down to Delaware and the Maryland beaches here. But I really don't think it's going to be this intense or, this close. I really think it's going to be end up further offshore. And this is a look at the GFS of the same system. GFS is really close with the two, but it's very weak with this system. So it's not as strong as the European model is, but it still takes it well offshore. But it does bring you some rain showers here because it brings us a little bit closer. Again, I don't think it's this close here because your cold front isn't this close. Your cold front on the GFS is actually sitting back here like this. This should not be this close to the cold front. It should be somewhere down here and heading and being picked up the cold front, sending off to the northeast like that, and not affecting the shoreline. So there's some things I want to see worked out by the models in the next couple of days, and it may end up doing that and taking a little bit further offshore. But we will continue to monitor that just because it could graze some of the Delaware beaches and New Jersey beaches if it were to come this close, which again I don't think it will, but we'll have to monitor it just in case. And at the very least could produce some rip current concerns right along the shore points here, especially, and that's a big deal because we are going to the holiday weekend. But you see what the GFS does here. It does intensify it a little bit here, but it takes it well offshore, just like everything else. And we go to the Canadian model just for a look at this, and not even here. Nothing even here to look at. So the Canadian model, definitely not impressed. Here's that secondary cold front coming through here on later Thursday, and then there's nothing there. There's no storm. So the Canadian, for one, is not very impressed. Now, of course, the Canadian is not the best model to look at as far as tropics are concerned, but you see my point here. There's different things you may not even develop, and if it does, it probably stays weak, like a weak tropical storm at best, I think. And then we think right now the official call from us is that it stays well offshore. So enough about that. We will update the Facebook page and update throughout the week on this situation as we see fit. But right now, I wouldn't expect too much out of this system. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for June 30th, 2014. Have a great Monday.